Innovators not only think differently, they act differently. They usually start to get a new idea by asking questions. Questions are actually the starting point of where we get new ideas. Provocative questions are the ones that make us uncomfortable inside, but that's what innovators do. They're constantly trying to ask about the world around them in order to disrupt the status quo and to challenge it. A.G. Lafley, who was the CEO of Procter & Gamble from 2001 to 2009, was the classic questioner. When I first met A.G. Lafley, he was basically questioning me when I was trying to interview him, and his questions were more provocative, to be honest, and more frequent than my own. I was asking him about global leadership, and I had a list of questions when I went into the interview, but by the end of that interview, again, his questions were larger in number and deeper in terms of insight, to be honest, than my own were. Now, he had that questioning mindset, and he starts every week with that same sort of logic of what can I learn in the world? In fact, he asks himself at the beginning of Monday morning, what can I be curious about this week? And then when he travels around the world, they operated in 186 different countries, he's going into a new country. And when he does, he leaves the airport, and the first place he goes, running a consumer products company that's selling healthcare products, cleaning products, home products, the first place he goes is to the supermarket or the stores. Now, when he's there, he's trying to ask questions of himself and of the world around him. He's watching people buy products, he's watching people look at them, he's interacting with them, and he has one question in his mind that's driving the whole experience within those supermarkets. The question is, are consumers delighted when they buy our products? Now, how many of us get delighted when we're buying Tide detergent to clean our clothing? Not many people, but that's what he's looking for. Are we selling things that delight people? And then once he finishes in the stores, he will go out into people's homes, and he's got a second question in his mind. They set up home visits in 5 or 6 different places. When he goes into those homes, he's watching people use products, cosmetics again, cleaning products in the homes. He has a question in his mind that's driving the observations of the world. And the question is, are we delighting consumers when they're using our products? And the reality is, the questions we're asking drive the things we see and the potential for creating new ideas. In a completely different part of the world, David Neeleman in Brazil started a company called Azul Airlines. Low-cost airlines, super high service in a country that has a duopoly of 2 carriers that basically were charging high prices and not giving exceptional service. One of the first challenges Neeleman faced when he was trying to set up this airline in Brazil was the challenge within Sao Paulo of, we've got an airport that's an hour away from Sao Paulo. And the challenge becomes the taxi ride from Sao Paulo out to the airport cost more than the airplane ticket from the airport to any other part of Brazil. So David's thinking to himself, why don't we just build an entire bus system to bring tens of thousands of people every day from downtown Sao Paulo to the airport? The executives around them responded with, well, airplanes and airlines, we don't do that kind of building big bus systems thing. His response was, why not? Over and over, why not, why not, why not? And then finally, they decided we could try it. They did it. It was a fantastic success. And every day of the week, they bus thousands and thousands of people to the airport to make it work. This is what innovators do. They ask provocative questions about the way things are. They're trying to probe and figure out why they're that way. They then explore the world with what if, how about if we approach this, or why not? Some of their classic what if questions expand the world. Steve Jobs was classic at this. He would constantly ask, what if money were no object? What would we do around here? And we know the results in terms of their incredible products. Other innovators ask constraining questions. They're basically sometimes asking things like, what if we were legally prohibited from selling our products or services to our current customers? What would we do? Whom would we sell it to? How would we redeploy the assets that we have to make a different product, different service, different delivery? This is what innovators do. They question the world constantly, provoking others to help create new ideas.